Joe Biden.
I see, bro. He said the same joint for Hillary Clinton. Like, bro, I saw Donald Trump
Yeah,
walking with
I
some
was
type of limp. I'm
dying.
like, bro, you can't even be talking.
And
He said my nigga Joe Biden be off the cookie.
He probably do with Obama.
he's the official wild boy. Like,
Hey,
bro,
yo, when I seen that shit, I was dying. He like, man, I demand a drug test from Sleepy Joe Biden.
yeah, dog, the wild boy.
Why he call this nigga Sleepy though? Sleepy Joe Biden.
Bro, because if you really do listen to Joe Biden, he actually has a stutter. So like sometimes when he be talking, bro, it's like it be catching up to him, you feel me? But Trump can't talk either. He can't read.
Bro,
He's
Trump
the most adjective. Yo, what's going on, sports family, man? And we back again with another episode of Micah and Friends. And you know we got the family in the building, man. We got Nate checking in all the way from the
Yes,
West,
sir.
the Best Coast, man. We got my brother Cott checking in all the way from Maryland, man.
What up, family?
Go behind him. What's going on with it, bro?
Same old, man. Just blessed, man.
Easy, man. And this whole podcast is being presented to you by National Sports Chat. So make sure you go over there and check us out. And it's being powered by TOV Sports. So make sure you go over there, check out TOV Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that. Tell Dave we said what up.
Yeah, shout out Dave, the GOAT back there making things happen. You know, gotta show love, making everything happen. So shout out Dave.
Even tell him to get some buckets, Nick. Nah.
Man, get some buckets out here. Dave making sure that we secure. We getting buckets. We handling ours. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Dave.
Shout out Dave for letting us get buckets. So, but man, let's go ahead and roll into this first topic, man. We got Doc Rivers and the Clippers parting ways, man. I don't want to say he got fired. I'm gonna just say they ended up parting ways. So I'm gonna start with the Clippers representative. I need to get your thoughts on what's next for the team. If we did do a what's next last week, just on the personnel tip, on the coaching tips. What you thinking, man? What y'all gonna do? Was it the right move?
Man, I gotta say it's the right move. I don't think Doc Rivers is a terrible coach, and I don't blame him completely for this meltdown. But you got to take some type of responsibility. He wasn't out there shooting. Damn, that boy ugly, bro. Is that a what's up? I'm me. What is it? Who he uppercutting?
Hey, look at that behind him though. My bad.
It's all good, but like he's not a terrible coach. He can't control his best players shooting 9 for 25 or 14 points and 11 points, but he can control the locker room, and the fact this is the second time that has happened under him. Never reached a Western Conference final with all this talent that we had. I think the media sometimes gets too far. Like every season you can't win a championship, so that's an unrealistic comparison, right? But you also can't go out in the second round, get 3-1. You know what I'm saying? So, especially because the Lakers got Denver out of there in 5, it didn't make anything better. So, it had to be done. Got to reset the culture. I think that they should, look at somebody younger, a fresher face like Chauncey Billups. I like Chauncey Billups. I like Tyronn Lue. He got a little bit of experience, working with some superstars, best in the game. So I think that's really where we need to go. But I think at the end of the day, the GM, what's his name? Jerry West, they got to do a better job of bringing some more cohesive talent in. Got to maybe, re-up our bench a little bit. Maybe Montrez or Lou Will might have to go, get some more complimentary role players. But, it was definitely the right move. It was time. 2-3-1 leads in 5 years. Shit pretty sad. So, you gotta set the reset button.
Yeah. Fat though. Cott, let me get your thoughts on that. Do you think this was the right move, or do you think they just made a total mistake right here?
Man, I can definitely feel Nate's point as far as, he's been there for a while, had past history of losing a 3-1 lead. I personally, my opinion, I feel like they pulled the plug a little bit too early. I would have gave Doc one more year,
Yeah.
just because this is at the end of the day, it was a new group. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough for anybody to win a championship after your first year together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, Doc, he's a great coach in my opinion. I don't blame everything that happened in the series. I'm personally, I don't like putting the blame on coaches unless it's just blatant,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, strategic errors that they're making. Like you said, they're not. Doc isn't the one out there shooting the ball. He can't control that. He can draw up
Mm-hmm.
the game plan and hope his players perform. But but the move was made as far as a replacement. I would have to agree with Nate too. As far as that, I like Chauncey Billups. I feel like Chauncey could be a good coach for him. I feel like he brings that championship mentality. Even though this will be his first head coaching job, I personally don't think that has a huge that would be a detriment to his ability to be able to coach this team. Um, and yeah, man, it's tough because the Clippers that team has so much talent, and if you look back on the former team with CP3 and the Lob City era, they were they were nicked with the injury bug a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
CP3, you know what I'm saying? He went down in a couple critical moments in playoff series, so I mean, it's tough if you don't got a full roster of guys. But oftentimes in this profession, you know what I'm saying, you get a certain amount of years, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand it. After a while, it just gets old, it gets stale. Sometimes you might need a revamp, and a fresh face could be a positive. So, I mean, me personally,
Chauncey,
what was
oh my
that?
bad, bro. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, me personally, I would have given him one more year with this group
Yeah.
because I think that the players, I don't think any of the players, I didn't see anything, any reports that had any complaints about Doc. I
Mm-hmm.
think they respected him as a coach, as a man, and but it's unfortunate. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
See, and that's where I like where the questions start rising with Micah, because like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all the players from the outside looking in, it looked like they all respect him for who he was and wanted him to be around. But if Kawhi wants him to stay or Paul George wants him to stay,
He
he
would have
gonna
stayed.
goddamn be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Facts.
another point you made, Kat, that I wanted to just talk about is like them getting Doc out of there. Of course, Doc has been there more than a year, but this team just got assembled like this within a
Mm-hmm.
year. So, or now what we're saying the standard is, hey, if we don't win first year, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that can be it. Like Kawhi's cards, Kawhi and Nick Nurse cards happen to fall in the right direction. They got blessed in
Mm-hmm.
the finals. This is
Bless.
God going down.
Right.
Okay, so let's say if it happens this year with LeBron. Okay, AD is new, but cards are falling in the right direction for them. It's not an excuse for them winning or anything. If they win, I'm for it. There's no asterisks or anything. But I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
cards fell in the right direction for them to be in the position that they in. You feel me? And it's not. I just hope that we're not just going to give coaches, well, hey, if he can't do it this year, then hey, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be a lot of new black coaches coming into the league and just coaches in general, man. Like we just can't set that type of bar that high, unless what you know what I'm saying. What they telling me, and I know it's different from organization to organization.
Mm-hmm.
But if Steve Nash come out and don't, you know what I'm saying, get
Right.
out in the Western Conference Finals, hey, fuck him, we
But
fire.
this is the difference though with Doc Rivers, because
Yeah,
I do agree with that point. I don't want a lot of new black coaches to come in on a short leash. Like I thought David Fizdale got the quick boot out of New York, and that was pretty undeserved in my opinion. I thought Ty Lue got a quick boot after like a 0-6 start in Cleveland, but they didn't really have any talent. Thought that
yeah,
was pretty quick. But I think with Doc Rivers, the issue is it wasn't championship or bust. But for the Clippers, it was Western Conference Finals or bust. After 49 years of not making it there, like I think that the franchise had huge expectations and they just weren't met. And I think the fashion that it happened made it so like disgusting. The 3-1 lead and the way that the 3-1 lead collapsed, like every single game, 20, double digit leads, even in the final game getting dubbed. Like it was just really, really bad optics, I'd say, from the outside. So, I don't want it to be the new standard for a year, but Doc hasn't just had a year. Like, even to Kot's point, we've had a lot of injuries, But there's been a lot of years when we were healthy. You know, that 3-1 year, that year we lost to KD and OKC. You know, we were up, I think 2-1, and then we ended up losing that series in 6. So I think it was time to just for a fresh face. Yeah. Kind of like, you know, Brett Brown. Like, I don't blame Brett Brown for, you know, Ben Simmons always being injured, Joel always being injured. But, you know, you just kind of got to reset it. And I think Doc, his best asset when he's a coach is like having players who are just hard workers, right? And, you know, last few years, you had your Montrez, your Lou Wills, your Pat Bevs, you know, undrafted guys coming in and out the roster, guys that was going at it every night. But this year, you know, you got technically kind of prima donna stuff. Like, you know, people like to talk about LeBron and, you know, him being a prima donna, but Kawhi and Paul George sitting out games when they're not hurt. You know, those aren't the type of guys I don't think that Doc is used to coaching. Because, you know, you had KG, you had Ray Allen, you had Rondo, you had the Kendrick Perkins, you had Chris Paul. When he was healthy, he was playing. He wasn't resting games. You know, DeAndre Jordan was like an Iron Man. Like, he always played games. So, you know, I'm not sure if Doc was ready to handle that just yet. But, you know, I really do hope he gets another job because he's a hell of a coach.
I would say for me, I just want them to and I know they're not going to do it, but give some type of explanation on why he's, you know what I'm saying? Because it just can't well, he didn't do it this year. So, you know what I'm saying? Because is it an accumulation of what's been going on?
Gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? I had no problems with that, but it just can't be, hey, you ain't do it this year. You know what I'm saying? We expect you to do it this year. But one thing I can say, too, just on a more coaching side, that like I've been saying all along, I don't like the no adjustments, and I don't know if he's making adjustments in timeout and they just coming out and just saying F it. I don't like that. I just didn't feel like the team was prepared. Nate, you alluded to the prima donna stuff, and I've been saying that. I feel like even Montrez and Luke kind of got to embed beside themselves a little bit of who their identity is and what got them to the point that because y'all are hard hat guys, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they just got a little comfortable with having two of the best two-way players, you feel me, on the team. So I don't know, man. I just look at it as just a little a sticky situation because I don't feel like they were wrong. I just want an explanation on why.
But see, look, all that being said, right, you know, even Montrez being a prima donna, you know, well, not necessarily being a prima donna. He left his grandma passed, so he was gone for like 6 weeks. You know, Lou Will going to the strip club, Patrick Beverly talking mess, Kawhi missing games, Paul George missing games. You trading off pieces throughout the season. All that being said, they were still up 3-1 with one game to go to get to their first Western Conference Finals. So I think that's where, you know, if you Steve Ballmer, you got to draw the line. Because, like, even with all that turmoil, you one game away. You just got to win one, you know. And the superstars didn't come out to play every single game that they needed to win. But, you know, as a coach, all you got to do is win one. And I think, you know, if it wasn't as egregious, say they lost in 7, you know, maybe a game winner here and there, a buzzer beater, you know, to close out the series, or, you know, Jamal just goes for 50 in the final game or something like that. And Kawhi's balling, PG's balling, and they just get them. That's a different story. But, you know, it happens so sloppily. It's like you got to kind of point to coaching a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Y'all got anything else on this, Cot? You was about to say something?
Nah, man. Y'all made some great points.
Man, let's go on here. We're going to stick with Coach, man. We're going to go on to D'Antoni, possibly ending up in Philadelphia. Cot, I'm going to let you start it off. I don't even know how I feel about this. On my phone, I ain't even write no notes. For real. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and rock out on this one, bro.
I personally, I don't like the move. I feel like D'Antoni, his system has proven to be not a winning system. I don't know whether he's going to rewrite the ship or you know what I'm saying, change his philosophies on things.
It's not official, but it's like it can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I personally would like to see a fresh face. Like, to me, it's like they keep recycling these same coaches.
That ain't doing. That's not winning anything.
Right. Exactly. So it's like, what? Like, I don't know. Like, then you go back to the racial aspect, and it's like, if a black coach has the resume of D'Antoni or things like that, do they keep getting recycled like that? I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah,
I really personally, I would not think, especially Philly coming off their past record, you know what I'm saying, their history, but with the group they have, I don't think that's the right move at all. If you go that direction, then you're conceding to win, in my opinion. I think that you can't tell me it's not a young, hungry coach out there. Doesn't even have to be a black guy. Anyone, you know what I mean, who is proving themselves. Well, not necessarily proving themselves, but give them an opportunity to prove themselves. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like D'Antoni, you know what you're getting with him. And I personally don't think it's a championship system if that's the marker that they want to make to have. You know what I mean? They've been a playoff team for the last since
4 years now, 3-4 years now.
since Embiid and Ben Simmons have been part of the organization. So to me, it's like you as a in the managerial side, you want to take that next step. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's the team right there that could be on the verge. They're 1-2 pieces away, and a good coach, a good system away from a championship, in my opinion. So I don't think D'Antoni is the right move for them personally. If they do it, if I was a Philly fan, I wouldn't be too happy about that.
Man, honestly, I gotta agree with you, bro. Like, I don't want to see D'Antoni get that job. I feel like that would kind of be, compounding on the issue that we talk about with racial equity within coaches. Not just black and white, but in this case, it kind of would be because D'Antoni, with great talent with the Suns and now with the Rockets, has not gone to a finals. And the system that he plays, especially in the modern day, it's kind of been getting exposed. It's been exposed.
We got to stop just saying the Suns and the Rockets. We about to bring up the Suns, Lakers, Knicks.
Yeah, he got booted from that Lakers job quick because that system wasn't going to work. But I'd like to see. So say like Toronto went out and found somebody like Nick Nurse. He's won in other leagues. He's won at every single level that he's coached at. They got to go and find somebody that's like a soldier, that goes about their business, very like soldier, like very technical. I saw rumors about somebody like Popovich. Maybe try to get somebody from the Popovich system, somebody that's kind of been groomed in the San Antonio organization, somebody that knows how to get the ball into a big, somebody that knows how to, work an offense. Because if they get D'Antoni, I can tell you right now, that spells the end of the Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons experiment. Because if they get D'Antoni, honestly, Ben Simmons is the perfect small ball center though for a D'Antoni system. Like, say they did have the requisite shooters around, they trade Joel for like a big package, and you get back a lot of shooters, you get back some playmakers. Ben Simmons would be the perfect small ball point guard. He's the same size as pretty much Bam Adebayo, but he's 6'10". He got bounced first team all defense as well this year, or one of the all defensive team this year. So that would be a cool development to see. But if you want to make the Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons experiment work, I definitely don't think Mike D'Antoni's that guy.
Mm-hmm. Man, well, me, I don't know what it is, bro. Like D'Antoni. I mean, he's never in my favor, bro. Like, it's nothing that I like about, what I'm saying, what he does coaching.
Me neither.
I could say that I'm lying because it is exciting. I like the excitement of the Suns. I like the excitement of the Rockets. But it's like, man, it's not translating to winning when you're sub 500 in the playoffs, almost probably like 50. I think like 59% in the regular season. It's like, dude, like, it's not really translating to W's like that. And you're having a talent. It's not a talent deficit. I'm tweaking.
It might be a talent deficiency though, because they kept trading away bigs. So like, yeah, you have the guard talent, but the system itself, you need big men.
But my thing is, that's what he wants.
Exactly.
That's what he wants. So it's like, you can't blame it on talent if you letting talent walking out the door. Being Clint Capella, like Clint Capella still has a high ceiling.
Those the guys that he wanted.
Good upside, you know what I'm saying? And he would have been a solid 5, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be able to put out there, especially in the Western Western Conference, he would have been a solid 5 to put out there, bro. He wasn't just a scrub.
The Rockets, they panicked. They lost to Golden State, one of the best teams ever. And then they just thought that, they got to roll with the exact same system. But they panicked. And they really needed somebody to look on the outside like, look, y'all lost to the Warriors, bro. You don't have to try something so drastic. Just wait your turn, get better, get somebody like Clint to get better. Because the Warriors, they're coming back with a center. At Lakers, they got a good center. The Clippers, they're going to get another center. Denver, good center. Every team at the top has a good center. Even the Heat now, Bam Adebayo. The Celtics are going to have to go out and get a good center. Like, you need a modern day big man, and the fact that they just, Robert Covington was the tallest guy in their starting lineup, and I don't even know if that's true. It might have been the hairstyle. You feel me? Little mohawk, that little fuck me up he be getting. Yeah. But besides that, like you got to get a big man, bro. Like PJ Tucker's not it. He's not the solution. So to your point, like he handpicked that personnel and it didn't work, and it never works.
And he keep handpicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never got go Paul just because of what Paul, like he's a pure point guard, and I feel like he was able to really spread the floor more with Harden, even more than Russ had. Even though Russ is like a drive and kick, even though he gets a lot of attention driving, I like what Paul does because he can actually set a nigga up for a shot. These niggas
like a Clint Capella.
Yeah, these niggas ain't set nobody up for no shots, bro. These nigga, oh, let me get the ball. ISO. Nigga, what? Nigga? Come on, bro. That's shit dead now, bro. And I don't know. Unless he like gonna bring a new system or something over there, I don't think Philly should buy into that, bro. It's a lot of more other coaches out there. Maybe even try looking down at college. Look at somebody like Juwan Howard, who already got experience with the Heat, being an assistant coach, and he having success out at Michigan. I'm sure he'll want to step it up to this next level, So I don't know, man. They just got to look at different places, bro. Hell, even Kenny Atkinson, bro. I don't know.
I mean, Kenny Atkinson wouldn't be a bad look though. Like he reset the culture for Brooklyn. I think he could do a similar job with Philly, but just giving an old dude like D'Antoni another chance, to me right now, I feel like that's a force.
And it's like you. I forgot which one of y'all said that earlier, but D'Antoni keep like him being able to keep holding on to the job. Like me, I don't want to see nobody jobless. But damn, when are we gonna stop recycling these old ass coaches and bring in some new, you know what I'm saying, some new faces and new systems, some new, just fresh look. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just, D'Antoni, he just got
he just got fired. So bring him over here. Fuck
right, like we don't need him again. We don't need to be seen.
He was saying if he with all the race stuff going on, if a black man is the same, and my thing, like you said, bro. This nigga parted ways. He didn't get fired. Nigga, he still would have probably been there next season. That nigga parted ways. Like, he agreed with shit. I don't want to coach here no more. So I'm going to leave, y'all.
Coach over there.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Man. I don't know, bro. It's just, I don't know, bro. I definitely don't think Philly should definitely bite on D'Antoni. It's more other guys out there, bro, and women. Hell, like, with Pop got I don't know her name.
Becky Hammond.
Yeah, like she official. You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't have to be no man taking the job, but I don't know. It just can't keep being the same recycled pieces, man. But y'all got anything else on that?
Nah. If you Philly, just don't grab D'Antoni.
Right.
Y'all gonna be back trusting the process again, bro. Like
don't even get your hopes up yet.
The process part 2.
2.0. But, man, let's go ahead and get into this next one, man, because it's Tuesday. The game don't start till Wednesday. And, I mean, the only thing we got on schedule for the night, like we talked pre-show, was Trump versus Biden. And we're going to be tuning into that. But I get these finals picks, man. I'm going to cock. You've been hot take king. I'm going to let you
roll it with them heat.
I'm going to let you have it.
I'm going to stick with my guys. I'm going Miami in 7, man. Miami in 7.
Okay.
You heard it here first. Miami in 7. And I'm going to give you my reasons. So,
damn.
So, look. I feel
cheesing over there.
Hey, look. I'm going to go back to that point. Hey, it's a different environment, man. It's different. It's not. This isn't regular. This isn't no regular ball. This isn't. We're not playing in Miami and in LA. If you do that, it's a different ball game,
bro.
Might even be a different finals matchup if it was regular. You know what I'm saying, how it's supposed to be. But I like how Miami matches up with the Lakers. I'm not even gonna lie. I think Bam and AD, he gonna make AD work for everything. I'm not saying AD not gonna get his, but you can't tell me Bam not gonna get his either. You know what I mean? I feel like Miami and as far as LeBron James is top 3 players ever. Nobody's going to stop him. You know what I mean? Completely. But I feel like if it's anybody, the Heat have the most players on their team that can make him work for his buckets and his offense more than anybody else. I feel like they have about 3 or 4 bodies you can throw on between Jimmy Butler, Iguodala, Jay Crowder. You know what I mean? Iggy has that finals experience.
You know, hell no, Elliot Olynyk getting flushed on.
Yeah, nah, I don't know about Olynyk. But and then on top of that, I feel like Spoelstra is a great coach, and he proved it. I felt he really proved it in that Boston series. Coming up, you know what I'm saying, putting together that zone defense. I feel like that zone can be just as effective versus LA. They don't have it. I don't think their shooting is as well as Boston. If you can force them, you know what I'm saying, make the others knock down shots, I feel like that can be the formula to them getting this title.
Okay. Man, I'm gonna go before I let you hop in, Nate.
I think
Lakers in 6 or 7, bro. I don't know for sure. I got it in 6 or 7, but I just don't think LeBron going. I don't know. I think he gonna have to get this one for the legacy, bro. He just can't go and lose another one.
This is definitely big on LeBron's legacy.
Yeah, if he doesn't get this one, it's gonna be a big time. You know, it's gonna be hard for people to talk about GOAT again. You know, he'll get that top 3 mark for sure. He already earned that top 3. But the GOAT conversation will probably be done.
I don't care if he gets swept, bro. I think I see GOAT as a class. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's guys that's in that class, like Kobe, LeBron, Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't feel like that'll be.
There's nothing he can do at this point. Let's get swept, like you said.
Yeah, like even if that happened, I'd still be like, man, fuck it, because niggas ain't just gonna line up with dog like that. You feel me?
I don't know. Yeah. Sweep is a little harsh. I don't know.
Yeah, sweep is very harsh. I don't see that happening, but if that did happen, that'd be very embarrassing.
Yeah, that's hurtful right there.
Yeah. But let me cop one thing that you did say was just like salute Spo, and I just want to salute him again, even though I've been doing that for like the past 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, Rachel Nichols, bro, she tried to play that. Well, you're going against LeBron, and Spo like stood strong on it. Like, bro, you trying to start a storyline? Like, nigga,
right.
Let's enjoy this tonight. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I like about him. Like, he ain't fall into it. Well, yeah, we're playing LeBron, and yeah. Like, bro, fuck all that, bro. We in the finals just like he in the finals. Nigga, that nigga see us on Wednesday just like how we gonna see him on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just hate when the media try to get in and try to just manipulate stories. I know that, you know, they trying to build it up, pump it up, but come on, bro. Like, don't do that. Like, this a young ass team at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a couple OGs on there, but this is a young ass team. And, like, I don't know. I just don't like the controversy that she tried to put out there. And I salute Spuff for nipping that in the bud. But like I said, I definitely got it going 6 or 7. Man, them boys just going to have to come and play. And I don't care if they lose in 5. It's not no L for Miami. Because it was really really get like this until they really got in the playoffs and saying, oh, this is sweet. You know what I'm saying? And like you did say, Cot, the bubble is different. And you got a guy like Duncan Robinson, you know what I'm saying, playing lights out. Hero playing lights out. But I'm not just going to put Hero joint off just totally on the bubble because I don't know.
No, he been good. He been hitting game winners in front of crowds. So, you know,
like
he got a track record.
Yeah, and like Miami may be in the, you know what I'm saying, they may just have caught that stride because it looked like Iggy catching on the championship. Iggy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a stat for y'all about Iggy.
Yeah.
So in the playoffs, right? He only every season he been in the playoffs, he's only had 1 game of 4 or more threes. He had that game last game. You feel me? I don't see Iggy having another 4 3-pointer game. Not at this stage of the playoffs.
LeBron been to the finals 10 times in a row. Iggy been 6, nigga. So Iggy ain't no slouch, man.
He ain't a slouch.
So I feel like he could contribute to these young guys nightly just because I feel like he'll be able to be more of a, even though they got vets like UD and stuff on the bench and they got Crowder and just talking about him. And Iggy, like shit. Like Iggy he definitely in a position where he could be like, you know what, bro, I could be out here and really contribute to what's going on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And really affect this game. But no, let me hear what you got, Nate.
Honestly, man, I got the Lakers in 6, maybe 5, depending on like how they come out the first 2 games. Yeah. And that's no discredit to Miami. I do just, I look at, the things you guys are saying, those are great points about Miami, but I feel like we can say the same things about the Lakers. Like, they starting to catch their stride, like, pretty crazily right now. Their role players. So the Heat, they got 6 players averaging double figures. The Lakers only got 2. But 2 of those players are pretty much averaging 30 or up. And then the ones that aren't, they're averaging like 9, 7, 6. The KCPs, but Rondo's averaging like 7 and like 6 assists or something like that. Caruso's averaging close to 10. Kai, you brought up a great point with that zone. They don't have the shooters, but I think a key part to beating a zone is having an elite big that can shoot over the middle of a zone, which is AD. So Boston, right? Their literal only option was to either get a contested 3 or throw it into like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who got to make something happen. But they're undersized. They kind of have to play forward at that point. That AD Bam matchup is going to be a fun one. But, if you really look at the numbers, like Bam, he's been getting dominated by AD. Albeit regular season, AD's been averaging 37 on him, though. And, like, the matchups they played so far, but Bam is different right now. He's gotten a lot better. His jumper's looking a little better. His playmaking's pretty elite. But he hasn't ran into a center like AD just yet. Brook Lopez is solid. He can move a little bit, but, he can't really move like AD. But I don't even think it's just AD, right? Because Dwight Howard, he can move his feet and bang with Bam too. So the Heat are going to have a decision to make. If the Lakers come out and start Dwight Howard, they start AD, and then they start LeBron. All 3 of those players are the same size or bigger than Bam. So do you go ahead and start like a Myers Leonard, to offset some size, maybe if it's just for like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes a night, so what do you do to offset that size? Because, Jimmy's probably going to have to guard Bron, but, Duncan's going to have to guard KCP, and I'm not going to say Danny Green. He probably could guard Danny Green, but him guarding KCP, KCP's pretty quick. What I've been seeing from him lately,
I ain't gonna
I
be
really
able
do
to
think
in that zone like that.
No, because the Lakers push the pace too, even after makes. LeBron, he's always looking to throw it ahead. And if it's a zone, AD can literally just post up, catch it in transition or something like that. But I'm not saying that to say the Heat are slouches. I just think they're a little young right now, their overall roster. They do have a great blend of vets and youth. To your guys' point, Iggy, Jay Crowder, UD's been there before. Spoelstra's been there. This is his sixth appearance, So they have experience. I just think, the talent will kind of get to them in this series. I didn't think like Boston had that much better players than they did. Mm-hmm. But I do think in this series, like the Lakers have a lot better players than them, and they don't have to rely on a small guard. Like that hurt the Celtics a lot, having Kemba out there, because Duncan Robinson was just shooting over him. He can shoot over a lot of guys because he's 6'7", but if you get a switch with Kemba Walker, like it's pretty much barbecue chicken for everybody. So, I don't think the Lakers, they're going to run into anything like that. But, yeah, the Heat are going to play hard. I don't see the games being blowouts at all. But I just think, they're going to play hard. I think the talent, not really deficiency because they're just young. They don't have – it's not a lack of talent. I just don't know if they're ready because from what I've seen from LeBron, he locked in. He not trying to lose. You feel me? He's in a mode right now where it's like, all right, if he plays like that consistently, which to Kai's point, they got the guys to kind of slow him down. But if he plays like the way he playing, jumper rolling and everything, playing downhill, I think it'll be a pretty quick series, maybe 5. But, I'm going to say 6 for now.
You sound like
I want to add one quick point in that something that could possibly hurt the Heat in this series is they shoot a lot of threes, and threes usually lead to long rebounds. And the Lakers are elite in transition. Right. You get them out in transition, they start running. They have athletic bigs, all that size. So, and they're scary when they get in transition. So if the Heat can limit them in transition, and I mean, it will help 100% if their shooters are knocking down shots. That's going to be sure. That's going to be critical if they're knocking down shots. But if they can limit them in transition, I feel like that's going to be a huge key factor to how this series is going to play out.
Agree.
I think that zone can be effective. Honestly,
it can work in spurts. I just don't think for a full strategy because like for LeBron is the biggest, he's bigger or the same size as Bam. You feel me? So like you could put him in the middle of the zone, but you could also put AD in the middle of the zone. Like, both those dudes can pass out of it. Like Tice, who was like the Celtics' best option as a baseline cutter, or, he was actually, I like what I saw from him in Game 6. He was shooting that little 10, 15-footer, but you got a real sniper at that position now with AD. You got the over-the-top threat. So, like, if you have AD and Dwight in the game at the same time, if Bam comes up to contest that shot, you throw in the lob. So I think they are going to have to man up most of this series. But, Eric Spoelstra coached Braun, and, Braun was coached by Eric Spoelstra, so it's going to be a real chess match.
Right.
Yeah. Facto, man. Y'all got anything else on this one?
Nah, man. I think it's going to be a good one, though.
Man, Nate. So, Nate, you had Lakers in 5-6. I had Lakers in 6-7. Cott, you had Miami in 7. So this is gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one.
Make sure y'all tune in Wednesday to check it out. But man, let's go ahead and roll into this next one, man. What's next for Boston, bro? I need to get y'all thoughts on what they need to do. They was recently, like you said, Miami's in the finals, so Miami knocked them off. So I wanted to see what y'all thoughts are on what Boston should do next. Cott, I'm gonna start with you.
Man, I personally think Boston, they have a lot. I feel like their core group is very talented. I feel like it's honestly, as far as youth and like the biggest thing with Boston is player development. I wouldn't overreact over this year. A lot of their best players, their core guys, Tatum, he's 22, Jaylen Brown, 23, Marcus Smart is what, about 26, 27. How old is Marcus Smart?
Probably like 26.
26, 27, yeah. So
yeah,
Kemba still has, I would say, at least 5 good years left in him in his prime. So I wouldn't overreact. If I was Boston, I would be shopping for a more versatile big. I like Tice is cool and all. I think Tice is a solid backup center though. I don't think he's a starting center in the NBA personally. Robert Williams, I like his athleticism, but he hasn't really proven to me anything else besides the fact that he's an athlete. Like with that, now we're seeing like the skill set and the skill level of big men in the NBA, as we were talking about earlier with the Rockets, is rhythm. Like you need that's a critical piece to any team that's trying to be a championship contender. So I feel like that's something they should be chopping around for. And also I feel like they need more depth off the bench. I feel like that was their Achilles heel this year. Their main set of guys, and they're great. They can compete with anybody. But then when you start going to look for guys to get breathers and things like that, that was always the fall off for me. I feel like also Gordon Hayward, once he signs this option next year, he got to go. He's cool. He's cool, but I feel like he's not. He doesn't I don't feel like he gels well with the rest of those dudes. It's almost overkill with him, Jaylen Brown, and even Smart. Like they all play damn near the same position. You don't need all those same type of guys, especially that he's a guy. He's respected. He's a veteran, but he's not as good as any of them. So I feel like it's a little overkill at that position. They also, I would invest in a backup point guard. Yes, they got Carson Edwards and the guy from LSU. No, did he go to LSU?
Tremont Waters, yeah, he did.
But they're very undersized. Carson Edwards, I expected more from him coming into the league. I was a huge fan of his in college. I wouldn't jump the gun and say he's a bust or anything, but so far he hasn't panned out to what I expected him to be. So maybe, hopefully I thought he was going to be that guy. I thought he was a great pickup for Boston initially, but if he doesn't show great improvement strides over the summer, then I would definitely shop for a backup point guard. If not, but in all honesty, I wouldn't say that's the biggest thing on their agenda, because I feel like you could put Smart at the point. So, and that will give you a different dynamic. He's a bigger guard than Kemba. So yeah, the biggest thing with Boston, they need to get more some guys who are more contributing role players.
Yeah.
I feel that was definitely hurt them this past year. But other than that, player development is huge. I feel like the player development in Boston is pretty good. And it's just gonna take time, man. Everyone has to earn their stripes in this league. You don't typically see young players winning straight out the gate. They've had a great start. I mean, hey, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Two
Again.
of Tatum's first 3 years in the league, so
Yeah.
that's very promising. So I wouldn't overreact if I was Boston. They're well coached, good management. So it's just gonna take a little time with them.
Facto. Nate, let me get your thoughts on that.
Kyle made some great points, man. I'm not ready to overreact, and I don't think that this year was a failure at all. But one thing I will say is I think Boston has coveted draft picks a little too much, and I think they kind of missed their window to cash out on what they exactly needed. Like, if I were them, they got so many. They just racked up on so many picks, but they've kind of missed on picks too. They've been kind of, repetitive with their picks. Like they get Carson Edwards, then they get Romeo Langford. What's kind of your direction for that? You draft Robert Williams, you get Grant Williams. Like they're good players, but you could have packaged all those picks to try to go get you a veteran or something like that, somebody that you actually need. I'm not ready to panic yet. I do think, Cott's right when they need to go. They need to definitely get a better big. I like Tice off the bench, but you got to get a better big than him to be starting. And if anything, if they don't get rid of Gordon Hayward, I just recommend bringing him off the bench. You got Tatum, Kemba, Jason, and him all averaging over 15. Like that's pretty, that's a lot of ball sharing in the starting lineup. Like I don't think you need to start all four of them. And obviously the guy you would kick out of that is Gordon Hayward, but that would make their bench a lot better. And in hindsight, it's kind of interesting. Now the piece that they're missing, at that 4 spot is like somebody like a Marcus Morris. He was a perfect fit for them when he was with the Celtics. Play tough, strong defense. He's a real forward. Like Gordon's closer to like a forward guard. Like Jalen or Jason. Maybe they get in the sweepstakes for Miles Turner. Maybe they just go try to get some type of big, like a shot blocker. I wouldn't go out and get Drummond if I were them. Kind of expensive, and he can't really shoot. But they need a paint presence. Like maybe package. I think they got 4 first round draft picks this year. Possibly package those picks to somebody that's trying to move down in the draft. Maybe go get somebody like a Onyeka Okongwu out of USC. He's kind of like a Bam Adebayo type big. 6'10", versatile, shoot that little mid range, block shots. But they need a better athlete at that center position. And if they do keep Gordon, which they probably won't, I think they should trade him. But they got to bring him off the bench. Like Kai said, it's too repetitive in the starting lineup. But a secondary unit with Marcus Smart and Gordon Hayward off the bench, that's pretty elite. Maybe Jeremy Grant's about to be a free agent. I'd love to see somebody like a Jeremy Grant with those. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are 2 long athletes already. You put Jeremy Grant in that mix, got another long defender, shooter, to kind of help out the Kemba Walker's height. But yeah, I think a big has to be at the forefront of whatever they do. A big man has to be at the forefront.
Facto, man. Just to keep going, man, because y'all both had good points. But man, my first one, like I've been saying for like the past couple weeks, is getting rid of Gordon Hayward, bro. That's 34 million on the books next year. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to go. Like he is no choice. Like he has to go. So that for sure. Develop Robert Williams, like y'all said. He's not like the ideal 5. He's only 6'8", so definitely being able to develop him. Maybe if it's like, I don't know what his upside is offensively, but defensively, if he could get somewhere around like Damn, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But do that and utilize some 3 first-round picks, bro. They got a 14th pick, a 26th pick, and a 30th pick. So they got to whether they're gonna trade that out to get a piece or utilize that to get more cheap talent in the draft. They definitely gonna have to do something with those picks. Like they just can't keep storing them or keep trading them away. they got to utilize them.
You got to cash out at some point, man. You know, like
Yeah.
it's cool to keep having all these picks, but if you have glaring roster deficiencies, like you got to cash out at some point. Like, you know, you hedging on the future and shit.
Yeah.
Money tells you not to do that. You feel me? The money you got right now is worth more. So, you know, it's like you got to cash out and get the piece you need. Like shit, man. Even, you know, go out like, you know, somebody like a Derek Favors for the cheap. You know, he's a better rim protection option right now than Daniel Tice is. You know, and it's not that I hate Daniel Tice. He's like Kai said, he's just not a starter on a contender. You know, if this was somebody like you know, Atlanta starting them, you know, then okay, whatever. You know, they building. But, you know, even package 3 picks or something like that, go get a John Collins. Like, he's a better center. Anybody that's more of like an athlete and a stretch, you know, somebody that can play quicker than Daniel Tice, I think they're a better option. But, you know, John Collins could be a pretty solid look, though, for them.
Yeah, for sure. Man, y'all got anything else on this, just on what the Celtics need to do in the future or later down the line?
Nah, man.
What y'all think about Brad Stevens?
I think he gonna hold on just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been showing improving. And like y'all said, at the end of the day, there's a group of young guys. And to be back to the Eastern Conference Finals, how many years in a row is it? Like,
this is 3 out of the last 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's showing improving. It's just about being able to get over that next step, which is getting out of the Eastern Conference Finals and going to the playoffs. I feel like that's going to be the next question for him in the upcoming years. To see what they're going to do with the Heat, Brooklyn, and it's going to get tougher next year. You know what I'm saying? So
I like how he handled that situation, though, when, like, you know, the locker room, you know, dudes was yelling and stuff. The media tried to spin it into a story, and, you know, he just kept it very calm and collected. You know, he had a meeting with his leadership. I think that's the type of stuff that gives you more years, you know. But I do think that the Celtics won't hold on to him for, you know, they're not going to give him 3 or 4 more years, depending on how they keep going out. You know, like if they keep going out, like, you know, their window, like, to probably get to a title, probably got to be within the next 3. Because, you know, like you said, you got KD now with Brooklyn. I mean, you got the Heat. You know, you got teams coming up, and who knows where Giannis will land. Like, if he does land with the Heat, which I don't think so now. But if that does happen, I mean, you got a pretty small window to get it done. So they got to really get some pieces. But I think Brad Stevens is a good coach. But, you know, like you said, the window nowadays is shorter for coaches. You're not going to stay on the seat for 10, 15 years anymore if you're not getting it done.
Especially without some improvements. It's like almost with Brad Stevens, it's like, okay, we've seen you reach the Eastern Conference Finals. We need to take that next step now. It's almost like you stop appreciating getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. We've been there, done that. You know what I mean? Even though that's a great accomplishment. I personally am a big fan of Brad Stevens. I think he's a great basketball mind. Ever since I was really impressed, ever since that team, that IT Jay Crowder team, and he had IT setting ball screens for Al Horford on us, bro. And that
IT was averaging 30.
IT was setting ball screens, and Al Horford was coming off them bitches. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, yo, what? And we couldn't do nothing to stop it, bro. That was crazy. So, I mean, I feel like he got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, man. I feel like he got a young group. I personally gonna pull the plug. He's a young guy himself. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty young coach. So I feel like he has a home there in Boston.
Facto. I definitely don't think they won't let him. That they would just let him go. But man, let's go ahead and maneuver on to this next topic to somebody who wants to be let go, and that's Victor Oladipo. Man, Victor wants out of Indiana. Man, so I want to see what y'all thoughts on just this is, and what teams should be looking at him, and do you think Indiana should make that move? Nate, I'm gonna start it off with you.
Man, Denver needs to be on the phone right now with Indiana. They need to be putting a package together around Gary Harris, maybe a PJ Dozier, maybe a pick. You know, I mean, honestly, you don't want to split with Bobo. I think Bobo will be something, but they're not in win now mode. I mean, their superstars are young, but if you can get somebody like Victor Oladipo at that 2 spot, that's a major upgrade, especially if they retain Jeremy Grant. Like, that's a major upgrade right there. I think Indiana has no choice but to trade him if this is true. I mean, you don't want to lose him for anything. You'd rather trade him, but you know, I think Victor's making a good move, just telling them like he doesn't plan on re-signing now so they can make other plans. Yeah. But like I said, you know,
a lot of guys won't do that.
Exactly. Definitely somebody like a Denver should be looking at him. Definitely I think maybe somebody like Milwaukee should be looking at him. I don't think he's going to get another big contract because he hasn't shown anything that he should get a bigger deal than he has right now. So possibly Milwaukee, bring him in there. The Lakers, if they ever wanted to get rid of Kuzma or something like that, he would be low-key a great fit for them. Another defender, another shooter. But I think he could help out a lot of contending teams as long as he stays healthy. I think he can help out a lot of guys, a lot of programs. But, I think his issue is just like, what type of salary is he going to command? You feel me? Like, what type? If he's shooting for that max type of contract for a guy like him, you're not going to get that from a contender. You probably going to have to go to a up and coming team like maybe a Pelicans. Like if they choose to part with Drew Holiday, maybe a Pelicans or something like that. But besides that, man, I think he's making a good move by getting out of Indiana. Sounds like Miles Turner wants out. I mean, Indiana's not the greatest city. Shit, I wouldn't even know. Yeah, but I assume for a black man, it's not the greatest city. So maybe he's trying to get to a bigger market. But I'd like to see it play out.
Yeah. For me, man, I definitely one of the biggest things was it was just rumored that Indiana wasn't thinking about like reeing him up for real, like on no serious like max contract or like no serious bread, just because he hasn't been healthy, and that's understandable for sure. And some teams I could say that'd be a good look for him is Nate. You said two of them, but the Nuggets, Clippers. Even the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? If they're able to do something with Gordon Hayward's an Indiana guy. He's from Indiana. So, you know what I'm saying? Putting something together to make him be able to go back home would probably be good too. So they get that contract off their books. Or even the Clippers, man. Like I said, they could put something together real nice for him, and they looking for a playmaking point guard. So I think that'd be real smooth for them. Man, I don't see. Well, I ain't thinking too many more teams. I guess I could say the Heat too, but I would rather them get like a Bradley Beal or somebody that's more proven at that position than you know what I'm saying going in the dark with. I wouldn't even say going in the dark, but just putting a lot more at risk with getting Oladipo. Kyle, what's your thoughts, man? You think it's a good move for Indiana to let him go? Or should they re him up? And what teams should he be looking at?
Man, it's tough when a player wants out. I mean, it's an organization. You gotta let them go because you don't want anybody on your team who doesn't want to be there. This is his second stint with Indiana, so it's all respect. I'm a big fan of Oladipo, so I don't blame him for wanting to. You know what I'm saying? If he's ever wants to get a ring or a title, I don't think Indiana's a spot for him. So, but I made some great points. He could definitely help out a contending team right now. I agree with a lot of teams you all named. Between Denver was a great point. I think he would be a great fit for LA right now. He could bring toughness.
Or Lakers.
Facts, either or.
Right, either LA team, you know what I mean. He could be a huge factor for them. I feel like he will really fit well within the Heat culture. I feel like he's another hard nosed, hard working guy. I feel like they have other guys right now, like with Hero. Yeah, I know that's my man. So I feel like you let him develop in that two position. I feel like they got something. Going with Hero and Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
So if I was Heat, I wouldn't necessarily move on them, even though I did see that they were interested in possibly making a play for Oladipo. Other than that, I like the Bucks too. I feel like he could be a good fit for. He can shoot it. Yeah, like he's a lockdown defender, and he can be somebody. I feel like if you bring him to Milwaukee, you could throw him at the 2, Middleton to the 3. I feel like Middleton could easily transition to the 3 position in the league
for sure.
6'8", can shoot it.
Yes, he didn't play. I think he played the 3 this year because Wesley played the 2.
Yeah,
he already playing that.
Yeah, it depended on the lineup they went with.
Yeah,
sure. He was 2-3. I feel like the 2 and the 3 are interchangeable positions nowadays. Anyway, both wing positions. But yeah, man, Victor, he's definitely. I know Vic not too personally, but been following his career since high school, and I know he's a hungry type of dude, man. He's gonna give it his all, and I know he's ring chasing right now. He wants to get one, so I think he's going to go to a contender, and he can definitely be a huge benefit to whoever he goes to. Any of the teams we name definitely could improve their overall skill set.
The one team that could be a sleeper in that Vic sweepstakes is the Dallas Mavericks, honestly. Because, Tim Hardaway, I really like Tim Hardaway. He's good. Yeah. But it really depends on how they want to play, right? Because Luka has a small forward size at 6'8", right? And then you got Tim Hardaway, who got perfect 2-guard size, maybe point guard size, right? Modern size. And then Victor Oladipo is pretty much the same size. So your 1 through 3 right now can switch on ball screens. They can all run a pick and roll, and they can all shoot from 3. But Victor adds that toughness and defense to that lineup. Then you put, Kristaps Porzingis on the back end, maybe with a Dwight Powell, who's, I liked him before that injury. I thought he was playing pretty good. Maybe I'd start Boban for like 10, 15 minutes, But you gotta. That's a great, hungry defense right there, and dudes that can create off the screens. So, I think Dallas should definitely be in that sweepstakes.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Just because, Tim Hardaway, he's who he is, and I feel like with Oladipo, more what you getting on a nightly basis versus, Hardaway, so most definitely, I definitely get a head nod of that. But man, let's go ahead and get into the second to last topic, man. We gotta get into it. I guess it ain't funny, but I guess Malik Beasley, man, he running into just some, criminal troubles, man. So, man, Kai, let me get your thoughts just on this whole situation. I know it's a gun charge. It's not even any charge.
It is. It's like a gun. His house had guns and like marijuana in it, so I'm pretty sure he was in jail.
Okay, yeah, they from what I read today, they had dropped the charges. So I feel like how that go. Like,
okay. Somebody called a friend.
Yeah, NBA player. You know what I'm saying? That's how that is.
Like you off the gas, low key.
Man. Let me get your thoughts on this, man, and just just words to players out there, man.
Man,
not the Akon.
Yeah, or hey.
I feel it.
Nah, man, but it's just so unfortunate, man. These dudes, they work their whole lives, work their assholes to try to get to this position, setting their families up, making millions of dollars, doing something that they love, and yet you blow it off. You're willing to take the risk on criminal stuff that you should have been left in the past. Like, I understand some people that come from. That's where they come from. I completely understand that. That's what you know, but man, I feel like life is all about evolving, man. We gotta leave that shit in the past, man. Like, as an NBA player, man, with all that, with your with the type of money you're making, with your platform, like, you got fans, dude. You got kids who look up to you, man. So I feel like you should put all that stuff. Like, you shouldn't even be doing any activities that you have to look over your shoulder.
Right.
So it's tough, man. You would think these dudes learn, but obviously not. Some people get it, some people don't.
No guarantee, man.
Yeah, man. It's good to hear that that they dropped the charges. Hoping for the best for bro, but ultimately, I think he should have never been in position in the first place. You know what I mean? Marijuana is illegal in the league anyway. So, man, I don't know, man. And then, were the guns unregistered or something?
I don't know. It had no clue like that. Like they let them walk like that. You know what I'm saying?
There's no reason you should be in the NBA with a dirty strap. Like, you got millions of dollars. You can easily go pay for your license. You can do whatever you want. There's no reason for that. So, man, it's tough, but what's the best, bro?
I don't know, like you said, man. He definitely still shouldn't, be in finding this stuff in these situations, man. Like you said, $1 million guy, averaging 21 points last 14 games and his first 14 games in Minnesota. So that's a lot of upside to him, man. I just feel like he just needs to tap into that potential and just let go of the bullshit. Like you can't, what I'm saying, keep trying to progress professionally and still got other BS on the side holding you back. So that's one thing I could definitely say about that. He just needs to just find his lane and just stay in it, bro. Because obviously he's a good hooper. Being able to average 21 the 14 games he was in Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? So there is some upside to him. He just needs to lock into it, bro, and just, what I'm saying, let go of the BS. Nate, let me get your thoughts, man.
Man, it's always disappointing when you hear about stuff like this. I don't know Malik Beasley or nothing like that, so it don't ruin my day, but it just sucks to see somebody messing up their bread. Maybe the charges got dropped, so hopefully he didn't, but never a good look to, one, be getting arrested, and two, just be getting arrested for the type of shit he's on. Guns in the house, pounds of marijuana or whatever, basically trapping, bro. You living like you El Chapo. You don't need to do that, bro. You living in Minnesota. You got a great job. Shorty's probably hitting your line on the daily. Like you don't need to do this, bro. And it's crazy because I thought he was one of those guys that like Minnesota could rely on moving forward in terms of like player development. Because I've always kind of liked what I saw from Malik Beasley. Like he kind of reminds me. Like I'm not gonna say young Drew Holiday, but when he plays defense and he be shooting, like he really got a nice package. He got a nice like game to him. He got a nice feel for the game. And, I think he could play well off somebody like D'Angelo Russell and Cat, maybe Anthony Edwards if you bring him off the bench. But, it's just stupid, man, like Kai said. And that's kind of why it's very important for franchises to do their homework, do their research, because some people don't change. And, most times, like the patterns that you see through, their life's trajectory, like a lot of the times they don't change, So it takes a lot to really be able to identify people that are, kind of stuck in their past and, still doing things they shouldn't be, like, because you could be a great hooper, but shit, if you're sitting in jail, bro, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So just stay out of jail, bro. Like if you're in the league, shit, if you're doing anything, bro, stay out of jail. Duck the feds. Like if you are doing that type of stuff, you're an NBA player, bro. They shouldn't be finding out. You feel me? Have somebody else. You should have a barrier in between yourself and whatever business you got, bro. Like you don't watch Power or something, bro. Like you do something, bro. You feel me? Do something. Be crispier.
And he said LA County Jail seems nice right about now. Hell nah.
The millions seem way better.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Definitely need to make sure he keep his head on the right path, because trust me, it is another young black nigga out here that will make that money.
That will take that spot
nigga,
in a heartbeat.
Man, it's 1,000 college players right now. Too many.
They all coming.
I'm trying to tell you, they want that too, nigga.
And dudes often take that shit for granted. Like it can be gone in a heartbeat, in blink of an eye. So, hey, to all hoopers out there, I just say, man, just choose wisely, bro. Choose wisely. Choose smart. Choose wisely. I'm not saying ever condoning that, man. Hey, dudes gonna do what they do, but at least wait till you done, bro. Like, come on, bro. You fresh off, like you still got millions to make. Like,
the trapping will be there, bro.
Right. Do it the Zach Randolph way. No fat.
Get pounds in the hood.
Trap on that.
Man, let's roll over to this next one, man, because we talking about Minnesota already, but it is rumored, and it came out that Minnesota is looking into LaMelo Ball over Anthony Edwards over Wiseman. So I want to get y'all thoughts. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Do y'all think they should take LaMelo over Anthony, or do they?
Hell no.
You think no? Go ahead, Kyle.
Hell no.
Yeah, what's
that out there right now, man?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Melo Ball, he's a good young talent. Got a lot of potential, a lot of upside, but I feel like he doesn't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you look at it from the aspect. Maybe they're looking at it like a Warriors type of system.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. Now that I rethink it, maybe, but I just think looking on what they've produced so far, that what they've done, their track record, I think Anthony Edwards is a more league ready prospect to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he brings more athleticism. He's a true two. Well, so is Melo Ball, but I feel like he would fit better in that system than Melo Ball to me.
Yeah.
He brings more physicality, better defender. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, man. I just don't think Melo Ball. And then I don't. How is he going to mix with D'Lo? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see it. But I mean, maybe they're trying to look at it from a Warriors perspective, bring in two
Yeah.
uh, D'Lo and Melo. But I don't know, man. To me, I think Anthony Edwards is the better prospect.
Yeah. And see, since you said that, it just make you know what I'm saying? Because of course, I don't know how many games he played internationally, but LaMelo shot 37.5% from the field, 25% from the three. Anthony Edwards shot 29% from the three. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Against
and
proven,
huh?
proven SEC ball, like you
Yeah,
playing
and
top
I
basketball conference.
facts, and I feel like Anthony Edwards, he's ready day one. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's still like a learning slope for Lamelo. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know about what all went over internationally, but I'm sure it's not the same type of talent that he would have probably faced on a consistent basis. Then you know what I'm saying? Then
Mm-hmm.
NCAA, and also man, like Edwards is 6'5", 225, bro. He's already in his grown man body, bro. Like he'll probably lose like 10 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
for the size he is right now. And Lamelo, what 6'9", 6'8", 180. Like that ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to get up to at least 2 flat. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I just feel like Edwards is more ready to go. And like I understand, Cot, like what you said, just bringing them on like if they're trying to chase like the little Warriors thing. But like we've been saying, bro, everything not for every team, bro. Of
No.
course, LaMelo's a better passer than Anthony Edwards. I give him that all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe probably with the offense flow a little better, yeah. But I just think Edwards is it's a no brainer, bro. Nate.
And one more point, I think Melo. I think his true position in the league could be a point guard position.
Yeah, it's a point.
It's definitely a point. And then you already got D'Lo. You can't move him off the ball. So
Yeah.
if you bring in Anthony Edwards, this is a true wing. You don't have to worry about. You have a true point and a true wing. Whereas you bring in Melo, it's like he kind of wants to demand the ball too. You don't know, man. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Fact. Nate, let me get your thoughts before we get up out of here.
I gotta agree with y'all. I had some great points. I do think Edwards is the better prospect in terms of size, physicality. I mean, just NBA body and NBA game. I think that's more so what the Timberwolves need. D'Lo is good, Cat is good, but they don't really have a defensive like athletic, wing player that can go out and guard your 2 through 3, maybe a 4 nowadays because 4 would be, if PJ Tucker's playing center, Anthony Edwards could probably give him some type of, bump. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just based off size. And he'll probably still grow. He's probably like 18 years old, one of the youngest players in college this year. So, he'll probably still maybe get another inch or two. I think this pick tells us a lot more of what the Timberwolves organization believes about D'Angelo. Because if they go out and draft LaMelo, then that means they think he's better suited as a 2 guard, which I can see, a little bit out of D'Angelo. Like he does have good playmaking ability, but he's best when he's moving off the ball, catching, pulling up, shooting, just having to worry about scoring to me. So that would tell me that they think the same. But if they go out and draft Anthony Edwards, then that means that they know D'Angelo can run an offense at a productive level, which I think he can. He did it for Brooklyn. But if I'm Minnesota, to me, it's a no-brainer. You got to go out and get that athletic, that modern day wing. He already has, like, if you look at his game, he already got a nice pull-up package similar to, like, when I look at his game, kind of reminds me of Dame. Like, his pull-up packages and stuff and the way he gets to the rim, it's aggressive. And I'm not going to say he's a better shooter than Dame or anything like that, but he's bigger. He's probably a little stronger fresh out of college. So I would go ahead and pick up Anthony Edwards.
Man, facto, man. I don't got anything else, man. That was it for the day. Man, I appreciate y'all for checking in. Always, y'all know it.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
people at home, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you go over to National Sports Chat. Check us out. Follow us on everything. Follow us at the podcast page, Micah and Friends. We everywhere. Make sure you go over there and follow TOV Sports. He's everywhere. IG, YouTube, all that. Make sure you just go over there, follow him. Man, I don't have nothing else, man. Just make sure y'all keep staying tuned, man. We gonna keep hitting y'all over the head with this stuff, man. Post game bubble recaps. Make sure y'all stay on the lookout for those. We're gonna have one coming this week, following up this tomorrow with that Lakers game, Lakers and Heat game. So we definitely gonna break that one down closely. May need both y'all on there just to, you know what I'm saying, talk that talk with me for real.
Game one.
Yeah, need it. Need it, man. But man, comment, like, subscribe, comment y'all finals predictions. Let us know who y'all got in the comment section, man. And we up out of here, man. Mike and Friends, we checking in and checking out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Get some buckets.
All the time.
All the time.
Motto.
It's something you can't understand. How I just keep killing, man. I'm from the South Rim, spinning like ceiling fans, gambling with life, no complaining about the dealer hand. Back when niggas used to ride around the dipset, now these cops will shoot you on your live. That's a killer cam.
Yo.
All right. It's another one in the books.
Man, for sure. Appreciate y'all, for sure.
Appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm trying to step up my production a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Yeah, that Akon going today,
man. I heard it. I'm like, yeah, this nigga tripping.
I was singing along on this jump.
Oh, really?
You saw it, that picture I made with him behind them bars, man. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Hey, Dave, what you got Thursday?
Thursday, I got to do at the line. Q said he'll be available. He won't be available till from like 6 to 7 o'clock. So we can do the at the line at 6:30. Can y'all do Mike and Friends at 5 o'clock?
Nah, not just for the bubble recap.
Oh, no Mike and Friends Thursday?
Nah, not one on Thursday. I don't think we end up doing one Thursday. I'm gonna just do the bubble recap. I'm just trying to see so either Thursday before 6:45 or after like 7.
Oh shit, we still streaming.